Most of us, we go on self-improvement expecting to just live easier lives, and that's it. Judging from your own experience, how many times has that been the case? How many times has self-improvement just made your life easier? How many times have you just had such a more easier life compared to before? Thinking about it, you might have actually had an easier life before you started self-improvement. Before you started exercising consistently, like doing all of this hard physical work with your body, sweating a lot, just feeling like your heart is gonna burst out of your chest, stretching your limbs and feeling like they're just gonna fall off at some point, eating clean, eating right, not having any kind of freaking exceptions to your diet, sleeping well, spending time with your family, working on something that you find meaningful in your life, reading books, journaling, meditating consistently, maybe even praying if you're a religious person. Like, all of these are habits which you are now supposed to do, and you are gonna feel forced to do those things because you know that if you won't do those things, you're gonna feel horrible about yourself. So in some way, you are basically forcing your own self to do all of these things. And so you have this constant pressure that you have to perform, that you have to do better, that you have to raise your standards, and that you actually have to raise yourself to your own higher standards now. Life never got any easier, man. You just learned how to manage yourself better and how to manage the world around you better. But life never, and I mean never, actually got any easier. It just got harder. It just got more difficult, more complex. I recently heard about this concept and I really agree to it. And it feels like it resonates with me a little bit as well, because throughout my entire life, this has been something that I kind of struggled with. Do I want to be happy, or do I want to do something important and meaningful with my life? Even before I started self-improvement, this has been a question that it was kind of on my mind sometimes. Ever since I was much younger, I had all of these motivations to do more, to be a stronger person. I would just be like 12 years old, I would be 13 years old, and I would be on my bed just doing like sit-ups and stuff. Just trying to do something, trying to feel something different compared to what I was always doing, being on my computer, playing video games, eventually even watching porn, eventually even eating junk food, eventually ruining myself. And it was only once that I started self-improvement that I indirectly asked myself this question: do I want to be happy, or do I want to do something meaningful with my life? And although I was unconsciously asking that question, so I didn't really know what I was going to answer. I didn't even know what the question was in the first place, but I kind of understood what all of this led to. I kind of understood that if I'm gonna quit video games, if I'm gonna quit porn, if I'm gonna quit junk food entirely, if I'm gonna quit sugar, if I'm gonna get rid of my internet addiction, if I'm gonna stop talking to all of these guys and girls that I don't even like being around, if I'm gonna have to do a dramatic change in the way that I am as a human being, that is not gonna be easy. That is gonna be goddamn difficult. And so you can either be miserable while being mediocre, while living this mediocre life that you are not happy with, that you are not proud of, knowing that you could be more, knowing that you could be a stronger person, a stronger individual who achieves so much more in their life. Or you can be miserable while doing hard, important, meaningful work. You can be miserable, but in a different kind of sense, while doing the hard things in your life that you know you have to do. While pursuing those things in your life that you truly find important, but you know that they are going to be difficult to pursue. This is a different perspective to think about it, isn't it? Because when you are doing all of the hard work that you're supposed to be doing when you're on self-improvement, when you truly want to improve your life, not when you're just mentally masturbating, going around reading a few pages of a book and thinking to yourself, oh my god, I've been so productive today. No, when you are actually doing the work that you find meaningful, when you are actually coming to the conclusions in your mind about what you truly find important, and you realize that those conclusions are not going to be fun. Maybe it's a conclusion that you have to get rid of something, that you have to get rid of someone from your life. Maybe it's that you're gonna have to take on a lot more difficult things. That you're gonna have to subject yourself to more suffering. Like, that is gonna feel miserable, man. I assure you. You're not gonna feel great about yourself. You're not gonna feel like, oh my god, I'm living such a happy life. I'm so happy that I have to go to the gym today, even though it's Saturday and I feel like I'm tired as hell after a full week. And I'm gonna have to go train legs. Oh man, that's amazing. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna have to also train up until failure, or else I'm gonna feel horrible about myself. So yeah, that's great, bro. I feel amazing. Bro, you're not gonna feel amazing. Maybe you're crazy and you're gonna feel good about it and you're gonna like it, but most people are not gonna like having to wake up early on a Saturday morning to do their work, to do the things that truly truly mean a lot to them. That they know that if they're not gonna do, they're gonna feel horrible. Most of the time, you're not gonna feel any sense of happiness while doing these things. Most of the time, it's just going to be you working your way through these things with a disciplined mind, with a disciplined mindset. Sometimes, there will be times when you won't even have that disciplined mindset, so it'll be just you left with your own insecurities, left with your own fears and your doubts, and you're gonna have to fight those things head on. And you're gonna have to keep doing what you were supposed to do. And that is the point where I think you're gonna feel miserable about yourself. But what miserable would you appreciate more? Would it be the one when you have been sitting on your couch for like 5 hours watching Netflix, drinking sodas, eating all of these kinds of sweets, feeling lethargic, feeling horrible about yourself, knowing that you could be doing so much more with your life, knowing that this is not you, knowing that you are capable of so much more? Or is it the one where you are actually doing the hard work, whether it's on a physical level or a mental level, emotional level, cognitive level, where you're gonna feel that discomfort physically or mentally, but deep down inside of you, deep down within your mind, you're gonna have that reassurance that this is the right thing. You're gonna have that reassurance that you have to keep going because this is what you have to keep doing. This is what you have been built for. This is who you are. Would you have that same reassurance, that same somewhat weird inner peace when you are just sitting on your couch doing all of the things that I previously mentioned? Are you gonna have that peace inside of you when you're just gonna be finished masturbating? No, you're gonna feel absolutely miserable. You're gonna have a chaos inside of you. There won't be any kind of peace, just chaos. And so you choose what kind of miserable you get to include into your life, but you cannot actually get rid of this miserable, right? This is the straight on fact that you cannot just get rid of miserable things. You're gonna have them at some certain level in some certain thing always. But you get to choose whether it's an unproductive miserable where you don't do anything and you're just wasting your life, or if it's a productive, meaningful miserable where you're actually doing important things but it just kind of feels bad and hard in the moment. But life without misery in some form doesn't happen. Easy is not a characteristic of life, and we need to understand that. Although you hear everywhere that you have to live a happy life, that you have to be a happy person, and everybody's just raising happiness on the pedestal all the time, telling you just how great it is. Oh my god, it's amazing. I love being happy. Look at me, I'm so happy. Oh yeah, I play 6 hours of video games, but I'm a happy guy. Look at me, yes. I'm so happy. Oh, I eat a bunch of junk food every day that is ruining my health, and I'm gonna feel the consequences in the next 10 years. But look at me, I'm so happy. You're gonna see people being happy in all kinds of situations and circumstances. And they're gonna tell you the same thing. Oh, you should live a happy life. Yes, be happy. But truly, do you really need to be happy? Do you really need to have happiness into your life? You know, that's a concept that I've been thinking about, and it just seems weird, isn't it? Up until this point, we've all lived our lives pursuing happiness, although we don't even know what happiness means to us. Maybe happiness to you doesn't even mean what kind of generic happiness everyone has. Maybe it just means that you're gonna feel pain on a daily basis, and you're gonna have that inner peace inside of you, that inner reassurance that you're doing the right thing, even when you feel horrible, when you feel miserable on a physical or mental level while doing the activity, even when you're gonna be facing discomfort. You know, this generic idea of happiness is so goddamn stupid, man. If you can get that out of your head right now, then please do. Just get rid of that stupid idea that we all have to live this happy, jiggly, rainbow and sunshine existence. No, we don't. Nobody lives like that. Maybe you aren't built for happiness. Maybe you aren't built to live in rainbows and sunshine and be happy and just be jiggly and jolly all the time. No, maybe you are built for pain. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you are built for discomfort. Maybe you are built, just like a machine is, to do a certain thing, to be something. No matter how painful, no matter how much discomfort you're gonna have to face. I believe that we're all built for something to some extent. And that doesn't have to include happiness. That doesn't have to include all of these very happy, jolly, positive things. Maybe it's gonna have to include pain and suffering. But if that is what you have been built for, if that is what God has given you as a gift, then take advantage of that gift that the Lord has given you, that whatever God you believe in has given you, and live your damn life. Live your life the way that you know you have to live it, in accordance to what you feel you have been built for. Happiness is overrated, bro. Just do epic things instead. Just do epic things in your life that you can get to tell a cool story about when you're gonna be older. Why be happy in the present moment and then, after a few years pass by, you're just gonna feel horrible about what you've done? Why not just do epic things instead? Disregard happiness completely and get to tell an epic story later, man. Like, that just makes so much more sense now that you think about it, doesn't it? So yeah, man, if you have gained any value from this video, which I really hope that you have, then why not subscribe to this YouTube channel? I make self-improvement videos about what I've learned in my past 2 years of self-improvement and what I keep learning on a daily basis. You can like this video, you can share this video with other people who you think will be able to also gain some value from this. You can join my self-improvement Discord server by clicking the link in the description of this video. And by the way, if you also want to go on a free self-improvement one-to-one coaching call with me, so this is entirely for free, you don't have to pay any money, then you have to click the Calendly link in the description of this video and it will send you to my page. There we can talk about anything self-improvement related. So yeah, man. You know, this concept of happiness is not something that we have to live our lives by. Maybe you are built for something more. Maybe you are built for something else. Think about that. Good luck, man. I'll see you next time.